What is up everyone, welcome back to Mainly Movies, the channel where we talk about, well, mainly movies. So welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Guillermo Del Toro's Frankenstein. The trailer just released last night and it looks super cool. First of all, I'm a big fan of Guillermo Del Toro. He has his own unique visual style, which I love. I first kind of noticed it when I watched The Shape of Water in cinemas and then went back and watched his other stuff and could see this just very classic Hollywood style of filmmaking. And his films just feel very comforting and nice, but there's just such a deep emotional level to them and the characters are always very good. There's some of his movies that I wasn't a big fan of, Crimson Peak for instance, and I'm not the biggest fan of the Blade movie he made, as well as Hellboy 2. But everything else he's done I have been quite a big fan of. Pacific Rim, Hellboy 1, Nightmare Alley, The Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth. They've all been fantastic movies. Plus he has some earlier films that I haven't seen yet, which I've heard are very good. But for the longest time, Del Toro has been wanting to make a Frankenstein movie, and now he has the chance to make one. And honestly, when a filmmaker has an idea that they're so passionate about and they get the chance to make it, most of the time, it's a good thing. And I think with the success of Nosferatu, the studios are kind of wanting to see that comeback, that return to style of the old Universal monster movies. And this trailer just really captures that old style Hollywood feeling that I love. Now, I haven't seen the original Frankenstein movie in a very long time. I remember watching it as a kid, so my memory is a bit hazy on that film, but I will definitely be rewatching it, especially just before this movie releases. But this looks like that original film, just so much darker in tone, but with Del Toro's beautiful style to it. I know it's just gonna have this great feeling to the movie. And I just got that by watching the trailer. Oscar Isaac, when he was initially casted as Victor Frankenstein, I never really thought too much about it. But now seeing him as this crazy madman who's obsessed with making this monster, I honestly gotta say, he was the perfect choice. He looks great. I'm super excited about the casting. Christoph Waltz, we see a little glimpse of him. We see a little glimpse of Mia Goth. And Jacob Elordi, who's playing Frankenstein's monster. We don't get to see much of him, just kind of like a bit of a silhouette and him wearing like a hood at the end of the trailer. But I'm really excited to see what that whole situation is going to look like. There's a moment right at the end of the trailer where the monster like just takes out a whole bunch of guys and immediately I'm like, that is insane. That is going to be awesome. He's going for that more like less of your typical horror movie and kind of making it this big kind of grand epic film, which is going to be great because Guillermo del Toro is the perfect choice to make something like that. But just some of the shots are very nice. The shots of the snow and then just the big wide shots of these gothic buildings that we're seeing. I'm really liking the style of it. If you know me personally, I'm a sucker for like gothic horror sort of stuff. Nosferatu was my #1 favorite film of last year, and that was mainly due to the style of the film, just the overall gothic structure of the buildings and just the setting. So already I'm giving Del Toro points for that in that regard. But I just know that a lot of the sequences in this movie are going to be really impactful and he's going to give a lot of focus to the characters, which is really good. The original 1930s Frankenstein movie, I know there's been like plenty of adaptations since, but the original film is only like an hour and 11 minutes long, so it's not a very long movie. So to give that story a little bit more time, flesh out the characters a lot more, which I know Del Toro is going to do, it's honestly going to be probably one of his best films in a long time. So as you can tell, I'm generally excited about the film. But there's one issue that I had with it, and it's not just me who had this issue. Every comment is pretty much raising this issue. So I want to kind of talk about it a little bit. And that's the fact that this movie, which is a film that you can tell for the longest time Del Toro has been wanting to make, is being released on Netflix. Now I'm assuming maybe that might be the only way he can get it made, was Netflix was the only studio that was allowing this project to get the green light. However, I do just kind of feel a little bit underwhelmed by that. But coming back to the movie Nightmare Alley, that was his last film and that movie got a cinema release. And I remember going to see that movie with two friends the night it came out, and we were the only ones in the theater. It was very disheartening because all three of us really liked the movie. It was a very unique idea. It had a lot of great moments and it was such a memorable film, but to be in a theater by ourselves opening night for such a great movie, movie, we kind of left a bit upset by the idea. But overall, that movie didn't perform very well in the box office. So maybe that is the reason why he chose to go with Netflix for this film, because then everyone can kind of see it in the comfort of their own homes. And I do like the idea of that for Netflix. When a movie releases, I can watch it in my own time, in my own house. I don't have to leave. It's very convenient. But at the same time, for a big movie like this, I kind of want to go out of my way to support the filmmaker and just see it in the biggest theater possible, hopefully with a crowded theater, a respectful crowd, and just like enjoy the cathartic experience of going to the movies. Whereas with Netflix, I never feel like there's a massive rush to see the movie, like I have this great cathartic experience watching it. I kind of just sit in bed and watch the movie. I guess I can pause it and, you know, you can analyze it as much as you want because you have it there right in front of you and you can do what you want with that streaming version of the film. But there's just some films that I feel like need theatrical releases, and this is definitely one of them. But judging by how Nightmare Alley went, I feel like that might be part of the reason why this film is being distributed by Netflix. But other than that, I don't really have much of an issue. This trailer looks absolutely so cool. Oscar Isaac looks great. I can't wait to see just what the monster's gonna look like. I can't wait to just see how the movie unfolds and Del Toro's depiction of this character and the original story. It's just gonna be a great return to that classic Hollywood feeling that Del Toro is so good at. And generally, I'm just overall excited about the film. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.